We're going to be looking at the feet today, and I am using Franklin balls. If you haven't felt a Franklin ball before, they're quite soft and squishy. I prefer these to rigid spiky balls, particularly when we're looking at not just mobilizing the feet, but also in a way we need the feet to be invigorated, but also be able to relax at the same time. And if you have something that, like a surface that's too hard, you may have felt that before. You're rolling and the foot just cramps. But additionally, we're going to be doing some balance work. So unless you have something soft, that may not feel great. So as an alternative to a Franklin ball, if you don't have one, tennis balls are also fine, or even rolled up socks, rolled up towels can be substituted as well. I'm going to start with one Franklin ball, and I'm going to place it under the ball of the feet. So you're just going to start by swiping the foot inwards and outwards, pivoting from the heel. And what I'm trying to do here is in all parts of the movement, trying to mold the balls of the feet around the ball. You can even look at your feet, and ideally, if it's working well, that we're not overly clawing through the toes, but the knuckles of the toes here will be popping out as much as possible. Okay, so I've done about 12. Do similar thing with the heel. So heel rolling in and out. You may notice that particularly when we go this way, we're going to have a lot more movement than we do here, and that's okay. It's generally how ankles work. But as much as possible when we go this way, try to not to roll the foot out, but actually allow the foot to kind of face, or the heel to face that way. Okay. Then we start with a little bit of balance. So arch over the ball, step forward, and step back. Okay. And then quite a natural thing when we're playing with balance is to look at the floor. Can you look? Also, a handy trick is when we're looking at balance, are you still breathing? And do you have ease in every other part of the body? So try this. Place your hands under your armpits, and can you keep your shoulders soft and draped over your hands as you're doing this movement? Okay. Now we're going to like a little bit of a lunge-ish position. So back leg at a 45-degree angle. Kind of looks like a Tai Chi-esque movement. So you're lunging, you're sending your pelvis forward and rolling into the ball. Here we go, breathe out and breathe in and breathe out. In. So there's a bit of ball rolling, a bit of balance on both legs happening at the same time. And 2. And 1. Okay. Coming back to here. And then go to point and flex the foot. Point and flex. Point and flex. Good. And 2. And 1. Okay. Just stand on that leg that you worked on. Sense how that feels. Just stand on that leg. How does it feel for your balance? Even bending and extending your leg compared to the other side that we haven't worked on. I'm a bit wobbly here. And then same thing, bend and extend the leg. It feels a little bit heavier on this side, just from the footwork. Okay, other side. So you start again, going in and out. Trying to mold the ball of the foot around the ball. This is a challenge for me on this side. Let's see, if you zoom in, there's a bit of a hammer toe situation going on there because I'm not working in the middle of my foot. So I should do this more. Okay. Heel. 12 times. Healthy click. And if you can even imagine, if there was a light beam coming from your heel, that you're shining it that way, shining it that way. Good. One more of each. Standing balance. That's what I didn't say before here is this, depending on what you're using, this may be challenging enough to just go from here to here. So maybe that's enough, just transferring some weight into that foot. Though if you want to go further, step forward and back. Trying to be still, so we'll keep the foot still relative to the ball. Crown of the head reaching up, away from the foot driving into the floor. Place the hands here if that was of any value for the other side. Okay, we go into the lunge and breathe out, and in weight transfer into that front leg and then back. Okay, and exhale, and in and out, in and out. Two more. One. Good. Point and flex. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5. You can even think about mindfully single leg balancing on that leg. 2 and 1. Okay. Feeling both legs. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit more symmetrical. Okay. Finally, go easy with this. If you need a wall for this one, prop yourself against a wall now. But I'm going to attempt to stand on both Franklin balls. I think the armpit thing is of value here. Because here, particularly when we're standing on both balls, when things are really wobbly, breath goes and shoulders tense. So make the challenge not just about balance, but coordinating breath, ideal posture. And then if you'd like to try, go for a squat as deep as you need, and then up. So let's do 4 more. Woo. Maybe trying to go, I'm going to open these a little bit wider. I think that will help me here. Okay, that's a bit better. And up. And 2. Woo. Just have fun with this anyway. If you fall, I mean, if you feel like you're really going to fall, use a wall. But if you can fall and catch yourself, it's not the end of the world. Okay, finally finished with standing roll downs. So I'm going to start with balls under the heels. Breathe in, knuckles wide, toes long. Breathe out, roll up, over and forward. Breathe in, breathe out, drive into the feet to roll up. One more here. Breathing out. Breathe in and breathe out, roll up. Good. Finally, heels on the floor, ball of the feet on the balls. How does it feel here? To have your feet relatively flexed. So for me, I feel a greater length through the back of the body with the heel down on the floor. And with the other variation, I felt a greater loading of the front of the body. So it's just a different experience. Okay. Sense how it feels for your standing posture and for your breath, all of that, after all that footwork. Excellent. Thank you so much for joining. See you soon.